Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Tuesday here in Manila. I'm Raine Musngi with your first look at the news. The Supreme Court prohibits the live coverage of the Maguindanao massacre trial. High Court granted accused Andalampatuan Jr.'s motion for reconsideration and ruled that his rights as an accused, presumed innocent under the law, outweigh the freedom of the media and the public's right to information. The High Court, however, granted the live streaming of the proceedings outside of the courtroom in Camp Bagong Diwa. The accused and some victims' relatives are in favor of the ruling, but Malacanang is hoping that the High Court will revisit its decision and reinstate its original ruling. Meantime, officials of Aman Futures are now in hiding after they allegedly duped thousands of investors into their get-rich-quick scheme. A man who identified himself as the company owner apologized over video sharing site YouTube. Vice President Jojomar Binay appeals to Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah to spare a Filipino on death row there. Joselito Zabanta was convicted for the murder of a Sudanese national, but Philippine officials are requesting that his execution be deferred to allow his relatives to raise about 55 million pesos in blood money. In other news, fuel retailers cut pump prices for a second straight week, reflecting lower global oil prices. Shell, Unioil, and PTT all lowered diesel prices by 85 centavos per liter. Shell also slashed its kerosene prices by the same amount and regular gasoline by 40 centavos per liter. The cuts took effect at midnight. Global stocks rose in choppy trade Monday as firmer Chinese economic data offset concerns about a possible U.S. fiscal crisis and delays to an installment of Greek aid. On Wall Street, the stock market's modest gains came after the S&P's 2.4% slide last week, its worst week since June. Still, the benchmark index remains up 10% for 2012. Investors remain concerned about whether the European Union and the International Monetary Fund will agree to send the next tranche of funding to Greece. London's FTSE and France's CAC ended sideways with a downward bias. Only Frankfurt's DAX was slightly up. Most Asian stocks end lower Monday, with the Japanese Nikkei leading the losses after Japan reported that its economy shrank in the third quarter for the first time since last year. The Nikkei lost nearly 1% on losses in electronics manufacturers Sony and Panasonic. And finance ministers of the Eurozone governments gathered for a meeting in Brussels Monday, but were not expected to agree to disburse more money to debt-ravaged Greece, despite the country approving a tough 2013 budget. Officials said the money would not be released since ministers are waiting for the European Commission, the IMF, and the European Central Bank, otherwise called the Troika, present their debt sustainability analysis. Back here at home, 3 weather systems are affecting the Philippines now. A low-pressure area over Surigao City, an intertropical convergence zone or ITCZ, and a northeast monsoon affecting Luzon. Bicol region, Visayas, and Mindanao will be cloudy with occasional moderate to heavy rain showers and thunderstorms, which may still trigger flash floods and landslides. Meantime, an ethics complaint hounds Senator Tito Soto is accused of plagiarizing parts of his speech against the reproductive health bill. But Soto remains adamant, saying he's protected by the Constitution. Finally, in sports, the search for the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers is over. The Lakers will now have former Phoenix Suns and New York Knicks coach Mike D'Antoni at the helm. D'Antoni has agreed to a 4-year deal and will take over from Mike Brown, who was fired after the star-studded Lakers got off to a 1-4 start this season. And that was your first look at the top stories this Tuesday, the 13th of November, 2012. I'm Raine Musngi. Thank you for staying ahead with ANC.